Hi, this is Sonia with SEH Unlimited. Tonight I am inside my hoop house and I'm growing some collard greens, but I can clearly see I need more light. So I'm going to put that up, that over here. All right. So, for my own personal reasons, actually, I'm sorry. Welcome to Saturday's Cousins. This is Sonia. I'm here. I hope you're doing well. Please like, share, comment, ask your questions. Tonight, I want to talk about the website insurus.com, and I'll be going through that website. But first thing I want to do is read through one of the personal blogs on that page. And then, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's just go through the website together. Boom, boom. There we go. All right. So, Insurus Plans for Life, and that's spelled INSUREOUS, protecting the personal and financial health of individuals and businesses. Okay. Our vision: no family left behind. Our knowledge and background in insurance, finance, business communication, social services, and entrepreneurship allows us to help businesses and individuals simplify one of the most difficult choices in life they face: selecting health and financial plans to best cover them when life events happen. All right, today is October 13th. October is the month where you choose to change your insurance. So if you're happy with it, great. If you're not, take a look around and see what's available out there. That being said, they do this carefully by listening to customer needs and when helping to narrow down the array of options available. I don't know how many of you have ever asked a question and just been dumbfounded with all the information. You're just overwhelmed, just like, and the first thing I think is, if there's all of this, then there must be other stuff. But we believe information is power, and we make sure our clients have all the necessary facts, or all the facts necessary to select plans that best suit their needs. Our team's collective experience in management, communications, financial planning, employee benefits exceeds 70 years. We only sell items that are strictly necessary depending on need. Our agents are licensed in Florida and 21 other states, so don't hesitate to contact us for a free, no obligation quote for your business or for yourself. We are here to help you navigate the world of health and wealth and with confidence and ease. We believe we are on one of the most we believe we are one of the most compassionate, caring companies in the health insurance business, and we return all calls promptly. All right, so let's take a look at what they have. So for individual plans, look at these different insurance companies. You got some major hitters that you see at your, well, I'm pretty sure they're all pretty much major hitters. But you enter in your zip code because not everybody's licensed in every state, and they can get you a quote. You can scan that code. Okay. Indemnity. I looked it up, Indemnity, one time. Let's see. AFLAC. Considering better benefits, call us for a group or individual quote. Wellness benefit flyer. Let's take a look at the flyer. Go back here and change my screen. Sent. I didn't choose the. Well, you know what? I'm just going to read it to you. Flag. Reward yourself. Da, 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 da. Okay. Oh, it looks like they have an accident policy and a cancer policy. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the Aflac stuff. Not for this. You can go to insurance.com and look under indemnity. You got Aflac, Allstate, Emeritus, and New Era. And she also helps out groups for up to 50 people. So, um, if you have a small company with less than 50 people, you can always call her 904 295 8498, or you can go on their website and input your information here and they'll contact you. Um, Look at this. They go through Medicare. And, I'm always seeing these commercials on TV about Medicare, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D. It's like all these pieces of Medicare. Can you mix and match your own coverage with all of them, or do you have to pick one plan that's best for you? I've always wondered about that. Okay, so let's take your doctor and hospital choice. Original Medicare, you can go to any doctor or hospital that takes Medicare anywhere in the US, and in most cases you don't need a referral to see a specialist. Okay, Medicare Advantage. In many cases you can only use doctors with other providers who are in the plan's network for service area for non-emergency care. Medicare Supplement gives you full access to all providers who accept Medicare. Everybody's got a Let's talk about the money, okay? So for original Medicare Part B covered services, you usually pay 20% of the Medicare approved amount after you meet the deductible. This amount is called your coinsurance. Okay, so what I see when I read that is Part B says you usually pay about 20% of the Medicare approved amount after you meet your deductible. So deductible is money that you have to pay before it kicks in. And deductibles, they can be a couple $100, they can be a couple thousand. You have to check with your plan. Now, this part sticks out to me. It says for Part B covered choice services, you usually pay 20% of the Medicare approved amount. So, what are the circumstances where you would pay more than 20%? And then it says here that part, Medicare approved amount. So, if you break your arm and the Medicare approved amount is $200, and you've met your deductible for that year, and you go and get your arm fixed and it ends up costing $700. So essentially what it sounds like is you pay all the cost outside of that $200 plus 20% of that $200 that they will cover. Like I said, you got to look at your plans, and I don't know a lot about this stuff, but here's somebody that does. Out-of-pocket costs vary for the Medicare Advantage. Plans may have lower or higher out-of-pocket costs for certain services. And then there's Medicare Supplement, helps pay some of the remaining house care costs for covered services and supplies not covered by original Medicare base, and include co-payments, co-insurance, and other deductibles. So if you end up having to have surgery and needing home care, like somebody come help you with your daily chores or whatnot, I think that's what that's about. But they also work with life and annuities, helping people find financial freedom. We all want that. We all want that. Okay. So you can always click for a quote or anything like that. And let me read their vision. Oh, I already read the vision. Okay. But you can also read about Shalia Gernster and John Gernster. Oh, I know I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, I am going to go to the blog and I am going to read one. Okay, navigating financial hardship. Navigating financial hardship. Strategies for coping during tough times. Financial hardship can strike unexpectedly, leaving individuals and families grappling with stress and uncertainty, whether due to a sudden job loss, medical emergency, or economic downturn. Navigating financial hardship requires resilience and strategic planning. This guide offers practical strategies to help you manage and mitigate the impact of financial difficulties, fostering a sense of stability and hope. Number one, understand your financial situation. The first step in navigating your financial hardship is to gain a clear understanding of your current financial situation. Take a comprehensive look at your income, expenses, debts, and assets. That will give you a realistic picture of your financial health and help you identify areas where you can make adjustment. Use tools like budgeting apps or spreadsheets to track your finances meticulously. I mean, understanding your financial situation, the best thing I can think of where in the past I did not understand any kind of financial situation was when I got my first credit cards. Charge it here, charge it there, charge it everywhere. It's only $20 a month and I can pay it off at $20 a month. Well, with a credit card, you don't pay it off if you're making the minimum payments. With uh, I found out very quickly. I did not understand that financial situation, and as time went on, it hurt me. It hurt me. But at the same time, understanding your financial situation, because only you know what you do, and you know you take care of this part, then you have time to handle the rest. All right, so create a budget. A well-structured budget is crucial during financial hardship. List all your essential expenses such as housing, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Then identify non-essential expenditures that can be reduced or eliminated. Prioritizing your spending ensures you cover your basic needs while minimizing unnecessary costs. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your budget can help you stay on track. Creating a budget, something I definitely have an issue with. Well, no, I don't. I know what I spend and I know, and I just need to do it. And I'm sure I'm just like a lot of people. Reduce living expenses. That I have done. Okay, finding ways to reduce living expenses can significantly ease financial strain. Consider downsizing your home if possible to lower your rent and mortgage payments. In some cases, relocating maybe maybe to a more affordable city might be a viable option. Of course, this strategy involves some initial relocation costs. However, you can find great deals by researching long distance movers in the area, asking for multiple moving quotes, comparing prices and services. Likewise, you can look for more affordable alternatives for utilities, insurance, and reoccurring bills. Cooking at home instead of dining out, canceling unused subscriptions, or shopping for discounts can contribute to significant savings over time. Okay, so reducing living expenses. So if you're working 40 hours a week and you sleep 8 hours a day, so that comes to 56 hours a week. That's 96 hours out of the week that you have where you are not watching your cable. Now, is it, paying $200 a month for cable? It sounds unrealistic, but people are doing it. Now, if you're at home and you watch a lot of TV, great. But if you, okay, so when I was commuting to work, I had anywhere from an hour to 2 hour commute. So we're just going to call it 2 hours. So that's 4 hours a day. Now, at my work, I didn't get paid for my lunch break, which was an hour. So that was 9 hours at work. So 9 plus 4, that's 13 hours. And then I had to sleep for 8. So that left 6 hours a day. And so, I'd call my cable company on the regular and I'd say, any deals out there? If they told me no, then I'd just say, I work a lot and I have a long commute and everything. You think I can just have internet? Because it's not worth it to pay more than this for cable for me. And then they'd always get me back to that lower price. And after a while, I'd get that lower price, but then they really started. And I didn't care that they were cutting out channels until they started cutting out the channels I liked. But reducing your living expenses, it sounds like it would be hard to do, but really, it's not. I mean, you got to pay to play whichever way you go. So, for instance, spices. Last time I was in the grocery store, I was looking at the prices of them. It's like $7 for the spice. Of course, there are those big spice jars for 99 cents. But what I found, and I'm just going to use basil, for instance. Buying good basil was good, and then you could buy the fresh basil, which usually went bad pretty quickly. Then I found out how easy it was to grow my own basil. And then I just let it dry out, put it in a little grinder, boom, I got tons of basil. And, it didn't cost me near as much as one of those jars did, but the basil from my yard compared to the basil from the store, it's the difference of riding a bike and driving a hot rod. I mean, there's that much difference in it. Plus, you know where it came from. Okay, let's get on to the next one. Increase your income. Okay, in tough financial times, increasing your income can provide much needed relief. Explore opportunities, part time work, freelancing, or side gigs that align with your skills and interests. Selling unused items, leveraging hobbies into small businesses. You can generate additional revenue. Addition, updating your resume and networking can open doors for better job opportunities. All right, so increasing your income. It's like everybody immediately thinks job. But there are little things that you can do to get you a little bit of income. Um, I've had to think of things in a pinch, but in addition to my regular job, I'm trying to transition into retirement. So my thing is soap. I've been making soap for about 20 years or so, 25 years. And in 2020, I started selling it. And so I'm doing that. Then I got into a little resin art. And so I'm doing that. But, it's not coming along as much as I wanted, but I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it. But increasing your income, I mean, it sounds like something that would just stress. How can I get more money? How can I get more money? Just, relax. Life is going to come at you like baseballs, and there's going to be a bunch of them that come at you. And all you got to do is take care of one, hit the one out the park, and then you just do the next one. And next thing you know, if you do all of this stuff, number one, understand where you're at. Two, create a budget. I think creating a budget could include, like if you have a big ticket item out there that you want to do, saving money towards that. Reducing your living expenses. Do you need to spend $200 for cable? Um, I mean, I think the biggest thing with living expenses usually is all the stuff that you don't need to do: going to casino, shopping, um, going out to eat a lot. Uh, there's you can look at your living expenses. Now, I'm not saying that there are not people who are living hand to mouth, literally, with no groceries or nothing like that. I'm not saying those people are not out there. Do not get me wrong, okay? I grew up being one of them. I'm just saying, these are things that you want to look at and check them out. Um, and, I would love it if you subscribe to this channel and let me know what it is that you would like to know. Because I'm more than happy to do a little research. And after I'm done reading this blog, I'm going to share some of that with you. All right. So, managing debt. Debt can be a major source of stress during a financial hardship. Contact your creditors, discuss potential relief options such as deferred payments, lower interest rates, extended payment plans, prioritizing paying off the highest interest debt first to reduce overall financial burden. Credit counseling service can also provide valuable guidance and support in managing debt efficiently. Okay, managing debt. That's a big one. A lot of us have debt out there. Credit card, mortgage, car payment. Now, mortgage and car payment come with yearly taxes, insurance that you need to cover or carry. Um, and some people rent furniture. I mean, there's all kinds of debt out there. I'm sure if you look around, you can find some. But at the same time, getting a handle on that. But what I wanted to talk to you into this here was this extended repayment plans. Now, I've worked in customer service for about little over 30 years now. And I've worked a lot with people who were essentially past due on their bills. Um, when you call a company up for a payment plan, pro tip here: know what kind of payment plan you want to make. So, for example, if you have a bill for $1,000 and you can afford to pay that off in 5 payments of $200, now you have to, the company, you have to work with the company. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to pay you this, and they have to accept it. They don't have to accept it. But even if you offer that, number one, they're going to note it. Number two, if they can't take it, do it anyway. Just do it. It'll show that you're paying it. And eventually, uh, that'll be gone. So, and it's like if it's a reoccurring thing, like let's say you're past due on a phone bill or something, and you may not be able to pay off the whole thing. What you could say is, I owe this much. What I'm going to do is when I get my bill every month, I'm going to make sure the current charges are paid, and then I'm going to make a payment on the past due balance. And as long as you keep that in mind, if it's something reoccurring, mortgage, car payment, credit cards, everything, keep up your regular payment and then make some towards the past due, or in for a credit card, make your regular minimal payment, but pay extra, because that's going to help you in the long run, because that interest they're charging you on a daily basis is going to be less. But the biggest thing that I hear when people call is they say, I want a payment plan. And I say, okay, what are you looking for? And they don't know. What a lot of people don't think about is when a company sends you a bill, that is essentially a payment plan. It's, hey, we provided a service, or we're going to provide a service. Here's the amount you owe. Pay it by this date. That is a payment plan. You want to under promise and over deliver. And when I say under promise and over deliver, is if you have $1,000 bill and you can afford to pay $200 a month on that bill, and you want to make a payment plan, tell them $100 a month. Still do the $200 a month, but remember, doing that $200 a month gets it paid off faster. And if something happens and you're not able to make that $200 payment, you have wiggle room. Okay? You got me? Wiggle room. Always give yourself wiggle room. Because if you need to wiggle and jumble some things around until you get everything all set up the way you want it, then sometimes that's going to happen. I think I want to do something on credit counseling services, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Okay, utilize community resources. Many communities offer resources to help individuals facing financial difficulties. Local nonprofits, charity, government agencies can assist with food, housing, utilities, and healthcare. Research available programs in your area. Take advantage of their support. Don't hesitate to seek help. These resources exist to assist those in need. I can't speak enough about this. The thing is there are these agencies out there, and they're there for a reason, and that is to help people. And when they are not contacted, then they don't have, they usually lose their budget. And now I know there are people out there that have contacted them, and I like to call it the $57 club, which is when my mom was trying to get some sort of assistance, they told her she made $57 a month too much. Now, $57, that can buy you a great pair of jeans. There's not a lot you can do with $57 nowadays. But at the same time, when you go to agencies and they constantly say, hey, you're this much over, just keep applying, because when they go and talk about their monies for the next year, that's how they get raises in their income levels. And it's not just utilizing community resources. I like to call them ghost dollars. For instance, I had a prescription that was costing a lot of money, and my insurance told me they weren't going to cover it, and it was expensive. But I wanted to stay on that medication because I liked it. And so what I did was I contacted the company that made it, and they sponsored me for a year on that medication. So those are ghost dollars. That goes right back up to increasing your income. When you are able to find help for something that you normally pay, that's technically, I don't think legally, I don't know, I ain't speaking to that, I'm not an attorney. That's technically increasing your income because you found somebody else who will take on some of your cost. Okay, now maintaining mental and emotional health. Okay, financial stress can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. It's important to prioritize self-care and seek support from friends, family, or mental health professionals. Engage in activities that help you relax and unwind, such as exercise, meditation, hobbies. Remember, taking care of your mental health is essential to navigating financial challenges effectively. You got to take care of your mental health, because if you don't take care of you, then you're not going to be good for anybody else. The best thing is find somebody to talk to. If, like, for instance, if your finances stress you out, make an appointment with these people. It's not like they're going to come and chain you up and take you away. It's no obligation. But, if nothing else, you can learn something from it. If you don't want to talk to somebody direct, you know, go on social media and just look for that word. Just be very, very careful about the advice that you take. And I think about that with Mr. Wesley Snipes. He took advice about taxes and he went to jail, people. So be very careful about the advice that you take. I mean, because it's a lot of people call up and they're like, well, so and so said this, and well, and they tell me, they're like, well, that's what I was told, and you know, I have the dubious job of telling them, well, that's not how it works. And sometimes I just want to say, well, if they told you that and we don't have that, um, how about you let them know that they owe you some money? But the thing is, you know, explore assistance. Sometimes just getting that little bit of assistance will help alleviate your mind, take care of your mental strain. And let's move on, shall we? Embrace change and adaptability. Financial hardship often necessitates change and adaptability. Embrace these changes with an open mind and willingness to learn. Adapting to new circumstances and finding creative solutions can help you navigate changes more effectively, whether learning new skills or changing careers or adjusting your lifestyle. Being adaptable is key to overcoming financial difficulties. That is so true. Life changes so much. As much as I don't like it, every time I turn around, there's a new change. And, you know, that's why I created this so that I could talk about this. And I've been kind of limping along, like limp along, Charlie, but I'm still moving, and that's what matters. Okay. But adapting change, that's something that we really, really need to be able to do, because sometimes you're going to have to make personal choices that will help you out in the long run, but you'll be happier in the long run. Okay, so conclusion on navigating financial hardship. Navigating financial hardship is undoubtedly challenging, but also presents an opportunity for growth and resilience. By understanding your financial situation and taking proactive steps, you can impact manage the impact of tough times. Remember, every small step counts. With present and determination, you can overcome financial challenges to build a brighter future. Okay, so you know, there's a bunch of things that come out to me in this. I mean, this is not just for um, dealing with financial hardship. These are things that you got to think about. It's like, let's take buying a car, for instance. You can buy a car for $500, and buying that car for that $500, you can you can more than anticipate that car, you are going to have to do a lot of things to fix it. So versus buying a new car, you're not going to have to fix as much on it. But some of these new cars, they come with this maintenance where you got to pay like three or $500, and that's expensive. Let's see here. Oh, what am I looking for? All right. I thought I'd try this. Brought to you. Please like, share, care, subscribe. Share and care, subscribe. Send me questions. But I want to bring a video from my sponsor. Hey, this is Sonia with This Eats Your Limited. I have a new soap. Oh no. Let me try that again. Hang on. Okay, so this is a video that I made when I was on TikTok. Hey, this is Sonia with This Eats Your Limited. I have a new soap I have called Slippery When Wet. I have fallen in love with this scent, and I have to say, if you appreciate a good cologne, don't let nobody wearing this catch you alone. Hey. All right, that was fun making that. When I made that soap, oh man, that smelled so good. I had to turn on, I had to turn on some sexy music. It was nice. It was nice. But I really like that. So let's go on to the question that I was asked and the little bit of research that I did tonight. Okay. One, what are the rules to start a foundation? That I still have to research. What are the differences between a foundation and a not-for-profit and a for-profit business? The difference between a sole proprietorship and or corporation. And three, how to decide and when to make a decision between them for your business. Those are good questions. So, put this up here so I can read. See? Okay. So I'm going to start off with the differences between a foundation question. What are the differences between a foundation and not-for-profit and a for-profit business? And what's the difference between a sole proprietorship and a corporation? Okay, that one's easy. Sole proprietorship means it's just you. It's only you. It's all you. You can do a sole proprietor LLC, but a corporation means there's a few of you already doing this. Okay. And a for-profit business means that whatever you do, the goal is to make money. Whereas a not-for-profit means, well, let me get into the not-for-profit and foundation because that's really what I researched. Okay. A foundation is a nonprofit corporation or a charitable trust that makes grants to organizations, institutions, or individuals for charitable purposes. Okay, I found this at cof.org/content/foundation. That was C like Charlie, O like Ocean, F like Frank, dot, O like Oregon, R like Radio, G like George, slash content. C like Charlie, O like Ocean, N like Nancy, T like Tom, E like Eric, N like Nancy, T like Tom, slash foundation. F like Frank, O like Ocean, U like Umbrella, N like Nancy, D like Doug, A like Apple, T like Tom, I like Indigo, O like Ocean, N like Nancy. You can find some foundation basics there. Now, not-for-profit, also called a NPO, like not-for-profit, N like Nancy, P like Paul, O like Ocean. Those are organizations which are set up with the prime objective of social welfare of the society. Profit earning is not the objective of such an organization, i.e., for example, schools, hospitals, trade unions, religious organizations. And I just looked this up with the Google AI, and I have to, as much as it scares me, I like it. But foundation versus NPO. Okay. Both are charitable organizations that operate for the benefit of society, but they have different functions, structures, and sources of funding. Purpose. Foundations primarily provide financial support for other organizations. NPOs are more flexible and can operate for a variety of purposes. Funding. Foundations are funded by a single donor or a small group of donors. NPOs receive funding from a variety of sources, including revenues from other donors. Structure. Foundations are often governed by a board of directors that are close, such as family members or business associates. NPO are governed by a board of directors, but public charities must be diversely funded by public donors. Spending. Okay, foundations are free of spending requirements, often spend most of the money on grants and the rest on charitable activities. Charities have set spending requirements. I didn't really get any information on the NPO, but let's go back down here. Taxation. Private foundations are required to distribute at least 5% of their assets each year for charitable purposes and pay an excise tax on investment earnings. Public foundations don't have to deal with those restrictions. Okay, wish I had done this research for myself, but that's why we're all here together. You give me the questions, I do the research. All right. And a foundation is an organization that did not qualify as a public charity. They're similar to nonprofits, except for the money foundation for a foundation usually comes from a family or a corporate entity. NPO money comes from their revenues and other donors. Now, this AI stuff, it's good. All right, so I ran into another website, foundationsource.com. Talks about foundations, public versus private. Okay, grants. Public foundations. Oh, okay. So public foundations versus private foundations. Do they provide grants? The public ones, no. Some can, but primarily conduct charitable activities and provide services. Private foundations, excuse me, yes, they provide grants, but typically, yes, they provide grants, typically make grants to public charities, sometimes conduct their own charitable activities. Okay, do they get money from the public? Public foundations, yes, they get by raising funds from the public. Individuals, government, corporations, and private, they do that by solicitation. Private foundations, do they get funds from the public? No, primarily they get their funds from single individual or family or corporations. All right. And are they required to prove that funding is from the public? For public foundations, yes, they are required to prove that their funding comes from the public. To maintain tax and status with the IRS requires charities to verify that they receive a substantial support from the public. Private foundations, no, they are not required to prove funding came from the public. Private foundation may be governed solely by a board of consisting of a family and or other individuals chosen by the donor. Now there's ins and outs to everything. That's all on that. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this, but I really hope you enjoyed the information. I hope that it gave you some questions that you'd like me to answer, do a little research on. And of course, I'm always more than happy to showcase you and your business. If you want to come on, I'll be more than happy to learn about what you do, why you chose to do it, what it fulfills for you. And And man, this place is nice at night. Except it's starting to get cold. But please like, share, subscribe, make a comment, tell me what you thought, let me know what questions you have. And even if you don't want to ask the question, it may be the same question 10 other people have. Right now, I'm looking to really build this, and I'd like to do that with your help. Remember, we're all in this together. Thank you for watching. You have a nice evening and be safe. Be aware of your surroundings. Be safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.